What's up everyone, Eric Rossi, the guy with the eye here, and I'm getting back into doing what I really want to do, and that is more gear reviews. So a couple times a month I'm going to get some big pieces of gear and be able to review them, get hands-on, and that is something that I can do now because I have access to gear. And I'm going to give a huge shout out and thank you to Lumoid.com. They're supporting the channel, so I'm going to leave their information down in the description below, so please check them out if you're looking into trying to rent something for a, you know, it's pretty awesome. They have kits and everything like that and everything. So just check out all their stuff down in the description below. I really trust Lumoid. But they were kind enough to send me the 58mm 1.4 Nikon. This beast of a lens, not a cheap lens either, to give a review on, a quick review, hands-on type of thing, so I can provide the information to you. So here we go. I'm going to dive right into the Nikon 58mm 1.4G. That's $1,700. Let's dive into the review. So this bad boy has been on the market for a little bit now, and it's obviously its huge thing. Nikon put a hefty price tag on this bad boy, and you can see it's pretty large. But this looks can be deceiving. I'll cover that in a minute. But for $1,700, I'm going to tell you what you can get and what you should expect from this lens. Now, the problem is, this is a weird kind of focal length. They have a 58mm now, they had a 51.4G, and they have the 85 1.4G, which is one of the most popular portrait lenses, no matter. The problem is its focal length, and you don't know where it falls in between. What is this lens good for? What exactly is its practical use? So, in essence, it can be a portrait lens. Now, I use a 60mm macro lens on the Nikon side because, you know, I need a really good macro lens, but this doesn't fall anywhere close to there because this focus is about 2 feet away. Typically, between your 50s, normally you get 1.2 feet to 1.5 feet, so you even have to stand further back. This one makes a little more sense. It's 8mm more, but it is a 1.4, but so is the 50, so is the 85. What are you supposed to do? Well, one thing you can expect from this, because it has 9 elements in 6 groups and it has 2 spherical elements to help with distortion and flaring and all that kind of stuff, is you're going to get a very sharp and contrasty image. Now, the huge problem is at 1.4, is it really reliable for its price tag? Now, for $1,700, you would hope so. But you got to be really freaking careful with this thing, because if you're not, it's not going to be in focus. And, you know, what is the point of the picture? But in all honesty, 1.4 is really tough with this lens, and it's showing to be, you know, kind of soft in all reality. Now, should that deter you from buying the lens? You know, I can't speak for you, but there is, you know, better options that give, you know, similar things for fractions of the price. But what this will give you, and what's kind of shocking is it's a plasticky build. It's not the metal build that you would expect from almost a $2,000 lens. So that's something to keep in mind. You know, it should have been a better build quality. One also thing I want to say is the front can be deceiving. It's a 72mm mount. You know, if you want to do filters and everything like that, you can see the thread right here you could throw on. But the actual glass is only 58mm down, and it's kind of like buried down a little bit. So yeah, kind of deceiving. Even though not sharp, fully wide open, not a lot of lenses are. As I said, it does pack a little bit of a punch. It's contrasty, and the bokeh is absolutely gorgeous. And I really want to talk about its autofocusing too, because that's another thing you're paying for in this lens. Yes, it does have that silent wave motor, but I think this is really fast and snappy. Now, if you go between, so this is your, since it's a prime, there's no zooming. You have to zoom with your feet. But yeah, so you get your focal length right here, and it's a very short throw. So from one side to one side really isn't even a full turn. It's almost a quarter of a turn, and you've already went the full focal length, the full focus range. So that's something you could keep in mind. You know, kind of shocking. It doesn't give you a little more for the price tag, but I guess, you know, pick your poison. So autofocusing good, and I tested this on the video side because I did some video with this as well, and its lens breathing is good, and I have a video that I talk about that, so search my channel. So if you're looking for this for cinematography, I think this is a really strong video lens, and I think that's what this main purpose is. I don't know necessarily if it's a photography 100% lens, but I definitely think that it is more of a videography, cinematography side that people should look into over just the photography side, because this thing for video is absolutely gorgeous, and it's great. As I said, you know, it's very contrasty, and it's actually really lightweight. As I said, its look can be deceiving, but because this is more of a plasticky build, it's only what is it, about 14 ounces, so it's really light. balances well on a DX camera and on especially my D600 and my D700 when I put this on. Did some of the tests and for video. So this thing is actually really, really lightweight for what it is. But, you know, it packs a little bit of a punch. But the 58 does actually have a purpose. At first, I didn't think it did because it was just kind of random to me. But I really did come to the conclusion that this is for a video lens, even though it's not intended to be. Just because of the way it acts and feels and you know, and just kind of how it is. Now, should you get the 50 1.4? Should you get the 85 1.4? Once again, the 85 is a straight up portrait lens. And I think that the 50, you know, for a fraction of the price actually works almost the same in all reality, in all honesty, as this 58. As I said, the 85 portrait lens, that's more of a specific thing. 50, I like it for a walk around, that or the 35. But for the 58, it gets a little too tight and it's too close to the 60mm micro or macro, whatever you're using, that it's just like kind of cancels out in a way. So I think this is more of a video lens, even though it's not intended to be. That is my opinion. What do you guys think down below, especially you guys that have, you know, that you guys have rented it or that you guys own it? What do you guys think down in the description below? Really, really freaking sharp. Not wide open. It's still kind of soft up to about f2. Then you start to get really, really great. There's not a lot of vignetting or distortion at that point. But bokeh is gorgeous, contrasty, right out without a lot of editing. You know, and that's something I miss in a lot of these G lenses is that contrasty, that awesome, just that look that it kind of gives you. And this returns with this one. The 51.4G isn't that contrasty, neither is the 85 on the video side. Once again, I think this is more of a video lens over a straight up photography still lens, but that's what I got. So 58mm video. Maybe go with the 50 if you're using it for everyday use and you're not doing something specific. This isn't a good focal length for portraits. Go with the 85 or something. But if you're in a hardcore video and you're gonna spend some money, bam, I think this is the perfect punch for you. Eric Rossi, the guy with the eye. I give this, I'll say 3 eyes out of 5 because, you know, I do video. I use this on a corporate shoot. I was very, very pleased in that extent. Just, you know, for the still side, I don't 100% know. Even if this prime, which is still sharper than a lot of, you know, some of the zooms, that I would give up, say, a 24-70 or a 85 or 50mm for just because it's more expensive. It's supposed to be better. I don't know. But my advice to you is to check it out. If you guys want to rent gear, check out Lumoid.com. Once again, thank you so much to those guys for sending this out to me. And we're going to be doing more reviews soon. So check this out. Nikon 58 1.4, $1,700. Just save up all your chore money. You know, you can afford this one day.